Hey Joe, welcome in, Chief. Hey Abel, tough, how you doing, Chief? Welcome in, guys. Hey, Tink Up. Good day to you, Chief. Hey, Rufus. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate that. Yeah, Abel. She passed away yesterday. Good morning. Actually, no. Fuck that. It's afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Michael TheDarkLaw, and welcome to another episode of The Darkness here on Twitch. It is Wednesday, chat, 5th of October, 22, 140 in a row. Welcome in, everyone. Rufus, Abel, Joe, Tin Cup, Tough Mudder, everyone else. Welcome, guys. Hope you're all doing well, or as well as can be. Just let you guys know that obviously if you have not seen the information, we had to put Luna down yesterday as things just got horribly bad very, very fast. The moment I turned my stream off, fuck, I just smacked my knee. Yeah, she was really bad. She wasn't sitting correctly, she was shaking. It was kind of like she maybe had naturally a couple of more days to go before it would have taken her anyway, so I'm so glad that we went ahead and did what we had to do. As hard as it was, as horrible as it was, by the time we got to the vet, it was bad. It was really, really bad. It was not fair for her, so yeah, we have that done. Didn't get much sleep, obviously, last night, so gonna be maybe cranky. I am only gonna do a short stream today purely because Nova is very, very upset, as I expected, as I said on stream throughout the week and stuff. So whenever we've gone to the vet, obviously Nova gets very upset. He's left with my mother. The past two times when I came home and there's Luna, he gets all excited, he runs around the house. Last night when obviously I brought the basket in without Luna, he just literally fucking... Yeah, it was horrible. So I'm gonna try and take him out for a really long hike today of like 3 or 4 hours. Go and clear the fucking air. It's a bit windy and stuff, but we're gonna take a pack and go and take his mind off things. Crazy as this is gonna sound to people, but this is obviously because I work with dogs or have worked with dogs for quite a huge amount of my life. I've already been looking at possible puppies and stuff like that. Not to replace Luna, it's just Nova's a very sociable dog. And I think it's going to hit him the hardest with all that stuff. Hey Jack, thank you very much for the 39 months. Thank you. Sending big love, appreciate that, dude. So yeah, like, like you did. The sort of looking at, again, not to replace Luna, but somebody for Nova. But then I always have to weigh up the odds that, by the time the pup gets to certain capabilities and stuff like that, Nova's going to be, 8 years old. We'll need to see. We'll need to see what the next couple of weeks go. I always say that, like, again, this is my mentality, my way of doing it. If you lose an animal and you're in that sort of position where you want to continue, 2 weeks to grieve, if that's your thing, and then bring another one in. So I'm kind of looking at, 2 weeks from now, see what puppies are available, if I could even afford it to begin with. Might need to do like a wee GoFundMe or something like that. Again, this all depends on Nova, how he is, if I need to rush into this choice or whatever. But yeah, he's a sociable dog, and he would always go whenever I'm streaming and the house is quiet. He would go and lie beside Luna, And obviously, if Melina and my mother are out of the house, like today, Melina's going up to get her 6-month checkup. Nova is basically most likely I would guarantee he's going to come and just lie down at my feet and mope around and stuff like that. So again, this is where like gotta see how his emotions and stuff go in it. So aye. However, thinking about like an Akita, because I think Nova is a Siberian Malmut, and so he's quite big. I kind of feel like maybe an Akita might be able to keep up with him or something like that. I was looking at like other wolf dogs, but they're hugely out of my price range, and yeah, I gotta kind of think of, I need to make sure I've got money for Nova. I also need to put money in savings for myself. I don't really want to be spending like $2,000 on a fucking rare breed that could have problems and stuff like that, down the line. And I just don't feel like doing a big fucking huge like GoFundMe. Hey guys, who would like to support me getting a fucking rare breed wolf, And I just don't think that goes down well, Donation fund is a different thing, but yeah, having it on that sort of high level and stuff. But we shall see what Nova gets up to. We will see. Hey Colin, how you doing, dude? So again, short stream. Obviously I want to try and get a little bit more out of this sort of funk before CitizenCon, because I am looking forward to CitizenCon, which is going to be dope and all that jazz. However, moustache is coming in, guys. I actually have an outline of the moustache again, so I'm super happy with that. Hey, Anna, you don't need to do that, yeah, fucking dappy moo. Thank you, I appreciate that. Don't do that, you need to save your own money. Fuck you, you're a content creator as well. You make a full living off this shit. Fucking dappy moo. Appreciate that. Have you never heard Derpy Moo? Fucking hell, like, you need to come to Scotland. I'll teach you all the words and stuff. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Anna, thank you very much. If you guys don't know Anna, go and check her out. I'm going to give her a shout out because she pisses me off with all of it this time. However, I get to use the cool Twitch shout out command, right? It's not your typical bot nonsense. Because you guys want to go and check out Anna. She's a lovely lady. And she shouts me out, so fuck her. There you go. Look at that cool shout out, guys. So if you're not following her, you'll get the pop-up. It'll show her calendar and all that jazz. It's really fucking dope, man. Yeah. Oh, I feel fine. I feel fine. I don't grieve death, Anna. I had loads of people like DMing me last night and stuff, but as I've explained to my stream, I don't grieve death. I don't get upset about it. The only thing that pisses me off with death is the reason going up to it, but the way I look on life is you're nothing before you're born. You're nothing when you end, because I don't believe in religion, I don't believe in afterlife, you literally cease to exist. So, for me, I don't fear death. I don't care about death. I look at that I had 9 years of amazing time with Luna, and that was a privilege to experience something like that. So why would I ever be sad? It hurts. For me, the pain last night was the putting down process, because you play the role of the Reaper. And I don't think anyone should ever have that responsibility to choose if something or anyone lives or dies, but she was in such a bad state last night, Anna, that she was shaking, she couldn't sit right. So Luna, for 9 years, has been a perfect lady. When she sat down on her backside, straight legs, no split legs that you get with dogs because they get lazy, Luna's always straight. Perfectly posture. And when Luna was sitting down last night, her leg was like that. 9 years she's never ever sat this way. And that was, for me, it was like, yeah, that's your telltale sign. When you know an animal, how they sit, how they do things, and you see something massively out of character that you would, like, she's been ill times in her life, never sat like this. And she just started shaking in the hip and all that stuff, and her breath was very bad, like it was death. So the vet was like, it's the right call. She probably, if she hadn't eaten, she probably would have survived another couple of days, but it would have got worse every single day. So, yeah, we did it at the right time. It would have been amazing if we could have done something to help her out. But 9 years is 9 years. It's more than some people get. Or, like, if you think about it, 9 years for a dog is like, what, 45, nearly 50 years, depending on a dog breed. Not many people get that chance these days, you know? Yeah, you know when there's something wrong, yeah. So, I mean, it was the saddest part for me was the injections. She knew something was off, but she was a fucking trooper, Anna. Like, literally, she had to be double sedated. Because on the first sedation that floors dogs, Luna is like that, getting the fuck back up. But the thing is, Luna wanted to live. Luna wanted to go for walks. Luna wanted to fucking do all these things, drink and stuff like that. But as much as Luna wants something, whatever was internally on her says, no, I'm taking you, kind of thing, you know? So the way I look at it is, I don't think this has just been something that's popped up in the past 3 weeks. I think she's had a tumor on the bladder for months. And it's been like, so my mother's mum, 89 years old, no problem, chain smoking from like obviously she's been through the war, stuff like that, chain smoking, and within like 3 weeks of her, she was dead, you know what I mean, like 3 or 4 weeks, because she had cancer, she didn't give a shit about it, and it just took her, you know? And I think that's the same sort of thing that happened with Luna, where she's obviously had it, but she's not shown any signs of any problems, and it's just been something it's in the last couple of weeks to 3 weeks has just been so strong that there's nothing you can do at that stage, you know? It is what it is. Hey Zaman, how you doing, Chief? So, you know what I mean? I'm happy that Luna didn't go through any major pain. I'm glad that I did the decision I did, knowing that obviously selfishly, and I'm not really a selfish person, but selfishly I was like, you know, I wish it was something I can do. But I could put millions of pounds into Luna in that state, and it would only be prolonging life for a few more days. And to be honest, like that's just like I said to the vet, I'm glad that she goes out with some dignity on her back legs, you know? Well, obviously she was lying down after the double sedation, but you know what I mean? She's literally like, fuck you, you're not taking me. Unless she put more drugs into me. And it was lovely. She went down, I decided to go for like a nice urn to get her in for cremation, because the idea is we've got Murphy in an urn just now, stored, but my mother's getting to the age where, you know, she's probably on average got about 5, maybe 6 years left of her life, because obviously heart problems, stuff like that. Not going to go into too many details. She's doing very well, but obviously there is that she wants to be cremated and then scattered with her elder dog, Murphy, who passed away a couple of years ago, and we've got Melina, who will most likely I will have to look after when the day comes. But this urn that I got for Luna is quite large, so she actually wants, my mother wants, they're all going to go in one urn, right? So it's going to be Murphy, Luna, my mother, and possibly by this age it'll be Nova as well. And then the idea is to take them to a very, very high mountain in Scotland and scatter the ashes into the air. Because not that we're religious or sentimental like that, but the idea is that the ashes blow around the Highlands for a long time, so they get to go for a wee travel together and stuff like that. That's how we're looking at it. So yeah. I need a big urn to carry. I'll be fucking hiking up a mountain with like so many dead entities in my backpack. There'll be a big fucking urn that I'm scattering into the wind, you know, going, Jesus Christ, finally that's over, you know. It could be much worse with a lot of money spent on it. I was running out of funds, Anna, no joke. Like, so it's like, if I do quick calculation here, obviously I'm not going to go on everything, so it's like, one, there on that. Yeah, so I'm at £1,100 already spent, Anna, with the drugs, the tests, the cremation and stuff like that, putting her to sleep. You know what I mean? Like I would love to be on like your numbers and stuff like that, not to go on a personal level, but I do not achieve the same as I used to achieve, because obviously I moved to YouTube and all those kind of things. And Yeah, like £1,100 to me is a lot of money, and I had to look at that. Yeah, I could have done more surgery and stuff like that, but I have Nova to think about, and he's 7 years old now, so we have to sadly let one depart on a good outing, um, and put Nova first place right now. But already, as I was saying to people at the start of the show, I'm already looking at puppies because Nova is a very, very social husky, and he may require company even in the form of a husky. So looking at Akitas, unfortunately, this is like the worst time of the year to be looking for a puppy because obviously it's at the end of the two seasons normally. So hopefully we'll see how he goes. But I may have to do like a GoFundMe to get some funds together if I need to get a puppy or something like that. It all depends on him. Like I personally don't need to go and get a puppy just now because I have Nova. But he is a very, very social dog, and when I'm doing things, he needs comfort or he has anxiety attacks. He howls a lot. So, say for example, I would take Luna out the back, out of the grounds. Nova would sit on a step, and it's full blown wolf howling. Why are you leaving me? Kind of situation. Even for 5 minutes, he can't deal, like he can't be by himself. So I look at it that if I ever had to go, say, to CitizenCon in like LA, I would have to put him into like a place for him to stay, and I feel like if he goes in by himself, he might have like anxiety attacks and go into full depression, which is not good for a dog. So, yeah, weighing up the odds right now. Obviously, 2 weeks is what I normally say to people. If you lose an animal and you're wanting to stay in that situation, especially if you only had one, I always say 2 weeks to grieve, and then look at it that you're in the situation where you're used to it. If you're able to look after one life, you're able to look after a second life. Hey, Space Marine. Though we know you did what was best, given yeah, it's sad news, dude. But again, Luna is no longer in pain. She's at peace. The eternal walk, hike, whatever you want to call it. And we have to move forward. It's the same message. Like, I have Nova to think of. I can't sit around for 2 weeks and grieve about these things. I don't have the time to grieve. I don't have the time to sit back and, mope around and don't do things and stuff. I don't have the luxury of those conditions in my life. So I just, like with passing of animals, it's push forward because that's the most important part. You can't let these things eat you up. It is what it is. Lightning in the background, yeah. Jackal, sorry. Thank you very much for the follow. Anyway, I don't know exactly how long I'm going to go on for. Obviously, we're trying to do the challenge, exclamation mark challenge. We're on day 140. We only have, what was it here? We're on 140. So we have 45 days left before we complete this challenge. So soon it should be before December, I think. So we've got 45 days left, and that hits us. Actually, no, that's more. Or 45. No, that's what it is. It's 182. So, I think I've got less days actually. No, we'll say 45 for now. Loveline, I don't know yet. Obviously, with the challenge that I have, Anna, right now, is we've done 140 days of streaming in a row. I've actually streamed with COVID and obviously with Luna passing yesterday, being able to stream. So I'm very proud of myself to be able to do this because this shows a character of my willpower where we are literally at that mark. We have to get to 182, even though I've got it down as you need to get to 185 for some reason. But yeah, we're trying to go for a 6 month everyday stream challenge. And now the condition is, long as I have to do is make sure I always start in the Star Citizen category. But there is no time. I like to say minimum is 30 minutes. So obviously we're hitting that mark just now. And yeah. Oh, thank you, dude. Thank you. Sorry to hear about Luna. Good to see you up and about it being so positive. Yeah, man. There's nothing I can do about it. I've got Nova to think of, dude. You know? I appreciate it, though. Let me get you a VIP. By the way, guys, Jackal is, or Jackal Steve, is my brother in real life. The fuck with Jackal? There we go, dude. Awesome. Feels like you are fighting a war. Dude, streaming 140 days is no joke. It's a real test of mentality, like, you know. In real life, bro, yeah. But it's okay, like, you know. Yeah, I actually have free other step. No, sorry. Yeah, free stepbrothers. But to be fair, I don't give a shit. Like, it means nothing to me when it's like stepbrother and stuff like that. Yeah. Mm. How's your pup doing, Steve? By the way, coming of age actually. Hmm. But yeah, I appreciate all the words, especially on Twitter, guys. It is what it is. I still maintain I did the right thing, even though it doesn't feel like it. But yeah. We've got to push forward, deal with Nova, and then, like I said, depending on what his situation is, I'm thinking if I do get another puppy, it would be an Akita, because I feel it would be strong enough to deal with Nova at an early age. I don't really want to go, like, for me, my mother spent quite a few of her life where she would always have the same breed. She loves collies, right? So it's like Scott, and then it's like Ben, then Murphy, and stuff like that. Hey, Villa, thank you very much for the tier 2 for the 9 months. I appreciate that, dude. Appreciate. I'll let it go with the chat thing. I already feel better, dude. Like, literally, yesterday was the hard part. Today is just push forward, keep going. You know, like I said, I've got Nova to think about. I've got Nova, so it's, you know. But yeah, like, I don't feel like going for a Siberian Husky if I was to, because obviously, like, Luna was a pure Siberian Husky. Nova is a Siberian Malmet. Malmet is obviously a Malmet, Alaskan Malmet. So he's a lot bigger. He's a lot tankier. He's 35 kilograms now. Nova is a tank, an absolute tank. Like, I bench 110 on the weights here, but even I struggle to move with Nova because he's just so big and floofy and stuff like that. So I'm kind of thinking on a breed that would go with his gait, because one thing we did have a struggle with, because Luna was so small comparison. So the dog's gaits were off. When we're running, Nova does this little sort of like, this is nothing for me kind of stuff, and Luna would be full pelt out. So I need to try and look into see what breed would work with him in size. And it's always difficult with puppies and stuff, but yeah. Hey, solid boss. Very good. Currently sitting on my feet trying to get my peanut butter sandwich. You know that you can get peanut butter for dogs is okay, long as you have like organic and stuff, long as it doesn't have that weird drug in it and stuff like that that causes toxins for dogs. It's the same thing that's in chocolate, why dogs... it's not actually like cocoa that causes dogs to have problems with chocolate. It's there's something in chocolate that we use as humans. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I'm blanked. And it causes the toxin issues within dogs. Nova part wolf? No, he's a lot, dude. Like, I've seen wolves and worked with wolves, like at the sanctuary and stuff. There's a huge difference with seeing a domesticated dog or a wolf breed compared to a wolf. Like, you're talking about, especially with like a grey wolf, they are double the size of Nova. They're huge. That's it. Thank you, Zayman. That's it. I appreciate it. And sometimes in peanut butter, you have the same thing. It's like an addictive sort of drug kind of thing. Humans process it and don't create the toxins. But yeah, you can get actually peanut butter, which is good for dogs, and they actually love it. Especially if you get like a dog, you can buy like purposely dog peanut butter. It's fantastic. Especially if you're ever trying to get medication down. Instead of using butter, which for some reason people use, which gets kind of sticky, you can get like dog peanut butter that's great for giving medication, and if you can't force it down, kind of stuff. Luna's really good, or she was really good at taking pills, where she would allow me to open up the full mouth, place the pill on the back of the throat, and then just rub it, and she would swallow. Nova's a little bit funkier, but you know. Yeah, I appreciate that Villa did. It's good, good. So I don't know. I don't know what I will do today. Obviously, I may just leave it there in a bit because obviously, whilst the sun is out, I really want to take Nova. He's the one that's suffering the hardest. My mother is obviously my mother's quite a sensitive person, but she's got Melina. She's going to the vet, 6 month exam on her. So she's going out for coffee. She'll get attention from people wanting to see the puppy, and she'll feel better about it. I am what I am. I don't. I'm not religious, and I don't think about death like other people do. I just look at it as a thing that we all have to deal with, and I look at the happiness that I had for 9 years with that wee one. Um, but obviously, Nova is my biggest concern right now because he's showing signs of depression already, which is not good for a dog because he's a very, very social animal. And Luna meant the world to him. So, like I've said this story a few times. When we first moved up into the Highlands, Luna Nova, I let off the lead, and this was when we first sort of came into the area, and they didn't know it very well, like what we do now, because we're coming up for 4 years nearly. Um, and Luna Nova off the lead chased after a deer, and they were lost in the highlands for 3 hours. And I couldn't find them. I was pretty much at the stage where I had blisters all over my feet. I was mentally and physically drained because I was running like full blown Highlander, running around the hills trying to find them. Um, and as I was literally ending because I was fatigued, blisters, couldn't walk, they walked round the corner side by side each other, and Luna was limping at this stage, so she must have either twisted her leg and had to lie down, or this is why they took so long to come back, and Nova stayed with her. Most dogs don't do that, you know what I mean? And they would just be like, oh, I've got to run back to my owner, or I've got to keep running after the deer. But he walked with her back after 3 hours. And for me, like, I'm not really that of an emotional person just because of what's going on in my life. Hardened up from it. But that was like one major time where I collapsed to my knees and just burst into tears because I was so impressed with what he did. And now, obviously, because of his reaction last night when I came through the door without her, he is deeply, deeply upset about this. And I don't think he understands the reason. He's just like, where is she, you know? So this is where, like, I'll need to monitor him a bit more than normal. And we may have to get, like, a puppy that he interacts with. Because Melina's okay with him, but Melina's a beagle. It's very difficult for Nova to play, like, he's 35 kilograms. If Nova wanted to kill Melina, it would not take much for him to do so. He has the weight, the power, and he's so gentle where when she's jumping around his face, he'll pull away, and when he's running around, like, if she gets near his feet, he sort of, like, gets in this weird hoppy stage where he's very, very, like, you know, being kind with her and stuff, so, yeah, he might need a playmate that is basically his size and stuff like that. So, yeah, we'll see though. We'll see. I do like Akitas. They are pretty cool dogs. The most popular brand of peanut butter, such as Jif, Skippy, Smuckers, and Peter Pan, are all XL-free. Nice. Yeah, normally organic peanut butter. You can look at the back of it and stuff like that. We have organic peanut butter here. The problem is my mother likes to get the chunky version, and yeah, that's obviously got the nuts in it and stuff. Not that I don't think Luna or Nova have an allergy to nuts, but you can never be sure, you know. Hey, Mortis, how you doing, Chief? How you doing, sir? But yeah, I was considering doing the year challenge, but I feel like with what I've had to deal with in the 6 months, I'm kind of like, again, I've said this many times. I've not had a holiday since I was 30 years old, and my last holiday, funnily enough, was chumming my mother to New York for her birthday. Like, she always wanted to go to New York City. I hate cities. I hate cities. And it was only a long weekend, and as much as my mother enjoyed it, it was an absolute nightmare for me because I don't think she realized she had to walk so far. And obviously taxis were so expensive and stuff like that. And she was out of breath, and I'm just like, I'm surrounded by buildings and people and horrible smells and stuff. I like, it was a nightmare. So the last time I even think about that would be St. Lucia with Jack, and Jack would have been no more than 6. So yeah, I'm probably like a decent 15 years since I've actually had a holiday break somewhere to just unplug and unwind. I'm good, looking busy at work, doing nothing. Nice, dude, nice. So I think what I may do is just do the 6-month challenge of streaming, get through the sort of birthday situation, and I kind of feel like, obviously it's not really going anywhere, but I quite feel like maybe going to Isle of Skye, get an Airbnb, find a location that has no internet, and just unplug from social media and just walk with Nova for like 2 weeks and take photos and stuff. Because again, I'm still trying to figure out how to get that new DJI drone. If you've seen it, it's like, it's a tiny wee DJI drone that's designed for like using the headset and stuff like that, but it's really good for like sort of both things. Because I really would have loved to have started doing like drone video feeds when we're going hiking with the dogs. You know, just basically as I'm walking, you have the drone just sort of circling, take a bit of footage. Nova's got a plate that goes on his back, and you can put a GoPro so you can get some of that. That was what I was wanting to do basically next year, was start a new YouTube channel and basically have drone walking the Highlands, lochs, lakes, all that stuff around the UK, and basically have it where you see the dogs, myself, and just all edit it together and just add some nice music to it, and, you know, not really do it for income, just sort of, this is what I love to do and stuff. Yeah. It's got track R. Yeah, it's a really cool thing. Um, maybe next year we'll see. Obviously, this is sort of a bit of nonsense in the old rail track right now. I can't even remember what the saying is. Something that would work. But they're cool, man. Drones are really coming along. It's not much, wait. No, not much. Right. I could, dude. I could. Like, I'm wondering using it on drones are really good in the wind. Obviously, if you're going for high winds, dude, you're not going to be able to do anything with it. Have you seen the Dubai police, Zayman, actually have a human drone now? Which is so cool. Watch this, right? Dubai police drone. Yeah, I mean, have you guys ever seen this, right? Look at this craziness. This is what the Dubai police are learning to fly. Only in Dubai, right? They've got so much money that this is their new police car. I would love this job, dude. This would be so dope, right? I love how you see the sheikh just sitting in the back there, you know? This guy is on the Dubai police drone. What do you think? See how I got the idea for the hover quad? I know, man. This is actually 2019, so it'll be so much more advanced. And they're starting to build like the quad blades and some other things. Like you see, where is it here?
Designed to solve an
You know what I mean? Like, look at this shit. This is not drone. This is like air propelled and some other things like that. Hey, Santa, thank for the donut, dude. Do something nice for yourself. Pineapple pizza, maybe. We'll see, dude. If not, it's definitely going towards the road podcast. That's on the list I know. But thank you so much for that, dude. Appreciate it. How you doing today, Chief? This is dope as well. Again, I watch all these like invention videos and stuff because for me, as humanity doesn't seem to be able to go forward because of greed and other things in the world that we have right now, technology always advances, and I love this stuff, you know? Like, this is a cool one. Where is it here? Is it here? That's pretty cool. No, we don't need the V8. That's the hover bike there. This looks pretty cool. That would be pretty fun, actually. I would like I'm not a big fan of water, right? You know, I prefer the air and land. I'm not a water person, but this actually looks pretty cool. And this is the motorbike that's also a jet ski. Um, yeah, this is the Scorpion that they showed. They actually plan to race this, because in Dubai they do a lot of the drone racing. But obviously this is just showing it. It's not exactly that fast, is it? This is bonkers, man, right? Watch this. This is a fucking motorbike, by the way. No joke, this is a motorbike. That flies. This is bonkers, like, I like, no joke, I would love this. You know, if I didn't have the dog, you know what I mean? Oh, that's got the proper, like, flight helmet as well. It's crazy, man, it's like a transformer. I hope I'm not too old when this technology starts taking off a bit more and stuff. Have you seen the electric superbike? There's a lot of, like, which one? Because there's like an electric bike, like motorbikes, like, do crazy speeds right now. I love how it's a fucking jet engine as well. It's not a drone. It's a fucking jet engine. I wonder, can you fire the jets whilst you're driving? You know what I mean? Ooh, actually, this is would be a... This is the kind of stuff that starts to worry me, you know? Once we start building exosuits that does this shit, when does the war stuff happen? Because whenever you build something that's good, like it picks up tires like this at ease with one hand, when do you start strapping the cannons to it? You know, the flying capabilities, and yeah. That's pretty dope, actually. That's a bad pickup posture, though. But I suppose you're not really picking up, are you? Kind of feel like I could do that jump faster myself, right? With proper back technique. Ah, Xenomorphs, when are you turning up? I like how it has this giant weight strapped to the back of it. So it's lifting that weight, but look at the weight that's sitting behind it. Oh, that's crazy, eh? That does not look safe. Stuff like this and flying cars have a major issue with our current world. You need to have a ton of certificates. Exactly, yeah, exactly. But I agree with that. I still maintain that you should have to have a license to own a dog and a cat and stuff. If you have the responsibility of a life, same with humans. Like, if you're gonna have children, I feel like you should be mentally evaluated before you're allowed to have children. That's just how I feel. This would save a lot of nonsense going on in the world. Kids should not have to be brought up with households that have unstable mental health, you know? Jeez, that's pretty crazy. Oh, this is the thing. I've seen this one where this takes somebody who's fully paralyzed. Yeah. And allows them to walk again. This is bonkers, man. This is where technology is so freaking cool. So if you're fully paralyzed, leg down, this thing actually reads your spinal like messages and allows you to walk and fully supports you. But obviously, like right now, it's a super like heavy system and stuff like that. Crazy, man. Because it allows you to build up your muscles and stuff to strengthen. That must be so rough, like. Crazy, man. Good technology. Right. I don't know what to do with Star Citizen. I really don't feel like playing kind of thing. You know, I'm actually more of in just like a just chatting situation. Let's see what you posted, Mordors. The Psycho one. Hmm. What does this achieve? 100 miles on the battery. That's not bad, eh? Like, again, I'm desperate for a motorbike. Desperate for a motorbike to have that sort of like escape ride. This is actually pretty cool. 100 miles on a bat is not, that's not bad actually. The bikes don't look too shit. 125 miles per hour. So you're looking at 109 horsepower. 250 miles, 100 miles in city, highway 143. Again, that's not bad, like 21 grand though. Again, anything like electric bikes or cars are so expensive these days. This one for 40 grand you've done says 200 miles on the highway, which is really good. 200 horsepower. 200 miles per hour top speed. I don't really care about that. Looks pretty dope actually. Looks really, really good. I like it. Maybe not with the gold, but I like the paneling and stuff. But obviously double the price of these other ones. Yeah, a charge tank. That's cool. Yeah, I would definitely love to own a motorbike, but I don't think I would ever have the price for an electric one. If I won the lottery, I would probably get this. No joke. Because 200 miles on the tank is good, like. Apex, thank you very much for the 16 months, dude. Appreciate that. Welcome in, Chief. The thing is not hearing it when zooming kills the feature of having a superbike. Yeah, but dude, just put fucking jet noises on your speaker, right? Just put an earpod in with like motorbike noises and just pretend. Rev it when the sound file goes, you know? It does look good, eh? For an electric motorbike, this looks really, really good. I mean, it is $40,000 though. But 45 minutes to charge the battery is not bad either. But it is lovely. Compared to the other ones, I mean, this is nice looking as well. You know what? For me, who's somebody who, obviously, when I was younger, was car enthusiast, can ride motorbikes, all that jazz, know how to do it all. Never owned a bike. For me, the weirdest thing with this is the no exhaust. It just doesn't look right. You know what I mean? Yeah, but obviously the bike is better for the environment than the Nissan GTR. You know what I mean? There's a big difference. You know, I'm not getting this for its fucking performance, am I? I'm getting it because it would be an electric bike. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Again, it's the no exhaust that's just sort of that's horrible. The Zero here, that's a nice street bike looking. Obviously, we don't see the rest of that one. That's nice. That looks more like a racer, right? And that's nice. I would say this one is only, oh no, this is 19. So obviously it's 50 miles per hour less, which is not a big thing for these sort of things. Charge time is better. Yeah, I mean, this is half the price for nearly the same spec. Long as you don't go over 70 on the highway, you can hit 150. Yeah, so it's like 50 less miles, 50 less miles per hour. 10 minutes less charge time, 20 grand cheaper, you know? And it is actually pretty beautiful. Again, I would probably just get a fake exhaust welded to it. And it looks like you could probably get some back pegs as well. That's not bad actually. For 20 grand, brand new electric bike. Take off some of the, like the bodywork's nice. Take off this, wherever that is, and debadge it. Weird stand though. Unless that's just rubber they put down for it. Electric has a lot of yeah, because again, you're a much lighter bike. So when you look at this, 150 miles per hour, I would probably imagine this thing can go from 0 to 100 within 4 seconds, because it's going to be so light, so light. 4 or 5 seconds maybe, compared to your normal motorbike, which would obviously be taken into the weight. These things going around the corners would be so skittish though. Because the one thing about a nice heavy motorbike is that when you're taking the corner, you've got the weight to sort of balance you out. On a bike like this, you know what I mean? How much weight do these things actually weigh? Obviously, it's going to be more than your natural weight, but are you going to feel much of a feel going around the corner, or is it going to feel really skitterish, you know? Thank you, RC. Yeah. It's all good. Yesterday I was upset about it because of having to actually go through it, but today when I woke up I was very relieved, because the night beforehand she was really bad at sleeping, and yeah, I feel a lot of weight is off my shoulders, a lot of stress is relieved. Seeing her in that state is just, it's not fun for any owner or, you know, any family member kind of thing, you know. Better to go on a high than it is to go on a bad, you know. No more suffering, yeah. So I'm pretty chilled. I'm more concerned about Nova. I can't be bothered to play Star Citizen. I'm only gonna be doing an hour today, or you know, like an hour and 10 minutes kind of stream. I want to go for a hike. I need to see the sky. I need to touch the clouds, and where I live, you get to do that a lot, which is really cool. So I'm gonna go for like 5 hours into the hills, turn off my phone, and just chill. You know, she's in a better place just now. I don't ever say it that way because a better place would be by my side, but she's in a less painful place. That's for sure. It's okay, actually. Not bad though. Electric bikes are coming along. It's the same with electric cars though, you know? Electric bikes, electric cars, everything electric is really, really coming on. It's the problem with them with electricity is prices, you know? You want to get an electric bike, you want to get an electric car because you want to help the environment, and also, you know, it's a lot better for everything. But there's two factors to electricity that I don't like. One the prices are insane, and that's just because of technology just now. And two, you don't get any satisfaction from noise. So when you get a really nice electric car, it makes no noise. You know what I mean? It has no rev. It has no like vroom vroom. You know what I mean? You don't have anything. You just got a battery that moves the car, right? And it'll be the same with the motorbike. You won't have any kick down noise apart from as you're flying forward. And that's the sort of things you want to hear, the exhaust rumble and stuff like that. So yeah, dude, the shark, the water shark is so cool. I would love to have, guys, if you've never seen the water shark, if I ever get a chance to go on holiday, I don't know when, like to like somewhere where it actually has it, this thing, the sea breacher, is so dope. If anybody gets a chance to go on one of these, please do so. And then tell me about it, because this stuff, and again, you have to go to like Dubai for it. If anybody's going to Dubai next year, please go on one of these, because this is so sick. This thing can go underwater, you know? And it's a jet ski that's in the shape of like a jet fighter, and you got your dual joystick collective and everything, but it can go underwater and fly up and stuff. It's so dope. Look at it. How fucking good, man. Like I could scare a lot of people because I live near Loch Ness, right? If I had one of them and put like a Nessie, in other news, right? Okay, so Nessie actually, this is crazy shit, legit stuff. So in the village I'm at, near the village I'm at, sorry, they're doing like new builds, and they've had to stop the build because they found a Plesiosaurus skeleton, which is the idea of Nessie, right? Because obviously the Loch Ness monster is whatever, but we've actually found in this village the skeleton of what would have been Nessie and stuff like that, which is crazy, absolutely fucking bonkers. That this myth, legend, probably true, can't tell you if it's not, you know, for fucking whatever reasons, they've actually found a skeleton of Nessie, an actual dinosaur, in this area. Which could mean, right? Obviously, I'm not one of these superstitious kind of nonsense person, you know? But it could mean that Nessie is actually fucking real. Shit just got crazy, exactly. So the myth, the legend is actually fucking real. There's a full skeleton in the village, or like parts of it and stuff like that. So Nessie, yeah, dude, Zombo, it could be like that. Nessie could be a fucking dinosaur ghost, and maybe it's just buried wrong, or it needs to go into a proper place, or whatever the fucking reason. But yeah, there's a fucking skeleton of Nessie that they've uncovered, and there's no way somebody put this down, because it's deep. It's fucking deep, because they've had to dig down because they're building this new housing complex for new houses and stuff like that, and they've had to stop the build because they found this thing. And you know the even more craziest thing is it's right beside a place called Nessie Land, right? So in this village, there's a place called Nessie Land where you go round, and it's like fucking cheap off Disneyland with like a tour and stuff like that. Google Nessie Land, it looks so stupid, and it's right fucking beside this place as well. You know, within no more than like 150 feet or something like that. Fucking crazy, like. So yeah, we actually have a Nessie skeleton to fucking dig out now. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was trying to say. I couldn't remember exactly like how you actually, a plesiosaur or something like that. But yeah, if you actually look at the pleo here, so let me actually use your spelling on it, because I don't know. Plesiosaur. Yeah. So here, this is what they've discovered. Literally this motherfucker in a field, you know? And obviously Nessie has been always based around this sort of long neck creature, which is mental, man. So whoever, like if you go back through the history of time, whoever saw the first Nessie and was like, let's call this fucking Loch Ness Monster, right? Whoever started this shit off years ago might actually have been legit. Instead of like everyone always thinks, oh, it's just some drunk guy that sees something. Because recently some people were like, oh, we see Nessie in the water, and it was an escaped llama that was going for a swim. It was fucking bonkers, man. Tourists are freaking out saying, we're seeing Nessie moving around in the water, and it was just a llama that had escaped from some place having a swim. Crazy shit. But apparently, yeah, this could actually be real, you know? Crazy stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this escalates, you know? Sounds like a side quest? Yeah. So I think that next year, like with this just discovered, this is going to boost tourism up in the village next year and the area. Because people are going to be, like if they actually take the bones and put it somewhere local, you know what I mean? Like Nessie's offspring or whatever, you know? Bonkers stuff. Everything's kicking off in the Loch Ness region right now. Escaped llamas, bones discovered. Still don't have any takeaway delivery though. Dear. But yeah, this is so cool. Again, I would love to have the money to go to Dubai and try this stuff. What to do. Like the idea of just playing a video game is non-existent right now. Is there anything to talk about? Oh! Wait, I do have actual star citizen stuff. Look at this shit. Right, okay, I'm gonna give a warning in advance. Anybody that is hypersensitive of Squadron 42 information, leave the stream, okay? Because we're gonna be talking about this for a few minutes, right? Let me just do this, get the photos set up. So yeah, again, if you are sensitive to Squadron 42, turn my stream off. I'll give you like a few seconds to do it now. Yeah. Thank you, Zeman. Appreciate that, dude. Alright, so for me, I don't care about these things. So here we go. This is images from an event showing off Squadron 42. So they basically had a conference somewhere, and there's a group of people that have sat down to watch like a show and tell sort of thing. It would be most likely media and stuff. We've got the if you see here, we've got the Bengal and multiple javelins, but if you look in the distance also, it looks like a Vandal fleet versus a UAE fleet, right? So this is one image of it. Then we've got a new ship here, which I have no idea what the fuck this is. This is twin engine, maybe an engine at the back there, and maybe a ramp. I don't know what this is. No idea. This is not a Vandal ship because of the engines, that it would just look so off. I was thinking Stinger originally, but no idea what this is. Then we've got this thing, which is a pusher. You know what we've got in real life when we've got big boats to dock and we have barges, right? This reminds me of a barge, right? Anybody else think the same thing? Where you get into it and you push ships into position? Like on a dock or something like that? Kind of feels like that. Or it picks up cargo like a mule or something like that. But it's built off the Argo. You can see the Argo cockpit here. But this looks so dope, man. No joke, I wouldn't actually mind an Argo fighter in this shape. It's kind of like a TIE fighter kind of situation. But yeah, we've got this, and I can only imagine this is a big ship with an underbelly dock or something like that. And then this is an Aurora that has literally been upgraded. Look at this shit. So it's an Aurora with a giant wing and a big gun on the side of it. So it's like some huge modification, like junker, retrofit Aurora and stuff like that. Which is crazy, man, to think of, right? But I would say this and this has me most interested. This in particular, because this actually looks pretty dope. But yeah, an Argo fighter. Dude, Mordor's, right? Imagine this, and you've got a fucking size 3 strap to each side, maybe pointing this off, or make these missiles, so you got four size 1 missiles, and 2 little things, and you're like, you're fucking coming in with an Argo fighter. Dude, I would buy it. It looks sick, right? It looks so cool. Argo for the win. I think they should definitely make an Argo fighter built off this model. Maybe not with the missiles, but at least put 2 size 3s on it or something like that. It would be so meme. I would buy an Argo fighter as well. Make it where there's a wee boot as well, like a proper bot-like boot. You go to the back of it and you fucking press a button, a fucking little flap comes up, and you can pull out your boxes and stuff. Proper ghetto kind of stuff. It's pretty dope. Yeah, Thai Argo, Rabbit. How you doing, Chief? But I think that looks really cool. This, I'm super interested to try and work out what this is, because obviously only Origin with like the M50, but the M50 needs its engines upgraded. Drake do this. No other company has the foils on the engines. The old Hornet used to have that, right? But this looks like maybe a possible entry here. And then it's got... all I can think of is that is either a size 4 or a size... you know what I mean? That is like a modal laser right there. There's a laser gun there, there's a modal there. Now, if that's a modal only go up to size 3, right? So this is 2 size 3s on each side and maybe something on the front. This is a fighter, right? With maybe the entry here. Or, hear me out on this, it's an upgraded Buccaneer. So it's either a new ship or it could be an upgraded Buccaneer, remodeled Buccaneer. Which could be interesting, right? Maybe they're doing a Mark II Buccaneer. More expensive, maybe it has some more other things. Because there's also a chance that this is a gun on the top, right? But it feels like a modified Buccaneer. Maybe where the engines tilt to land or something like that. That's the only thing, you know? We don't know, diffs. These are leaks from Squadron 42. So we have, obviously, you see this fleet view here, the Javelin, the Bengal. There's a Javelin, sorry, let me zoom out a bit. There's the, a Javelin there. But if you look in the distance, all these red dots could be like a Vandal fleet kind of stuff. This looks like a destroyed base as well, but there's a lot of Idris and Javelin up front. You then have this ship as the leak, which could be an upgraded Buccaneer, because obviously that's where the legs would come out then, and that would, you know, you've got your 2 side turrets there. Maybe it's maybe a heavy Buccaneer. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, Drake don't actually have like a ship in between the Buccaneer and a Cutlass. Could be the Drake Vanguard, basically, kind of thing. You know, just spitballing. Maybe a size 4 on the top, 2 size 3s, maybe a bit more hammer, something like that. Who knows? Size 6? I don't know if they're going to have fighters with size 6 and stuff like that. Then we've also got the Argo, I'm going to call it the Argo barge, because this definitely looks like it pushes bigger ships into the dock kind of thing, or adds that pressure, you know. And this one is like literally an Aurora that has some weird mechanical stuff attached to it. Glass cannon card, yeah. Super Buccaneer, it could be, yeah. I mean, it looks really, really good just from the back end. I love the profile. I like the sweeping wings going forward. But the engines are actually pretty big. And then it's got this weird sort of like feathery kind of, I don't know if they're missiles or whatnot, but obviously there are modals there. 2 modals, and then it looks like there's something on the top. Maybe something on the front, depending on the point. Maybe it's a modified Buccaneer. And then obviously, you got this one. Those tiny reddish lights in the distance look like a ton of Vandal fires can zoom in. Yeah, I know. Can you zoom in? Yeah. If you guys are on my Discord, it's under SEM, SE information, the leak stuff. Again, that looks like a lot of Vandal coming towards in the distance, if you look at it. You've got Idris. I don't know what that is. That's not an Idris. I don't know what that is. Like, they do not look like any other ship that we've got right now. I I don't know what those two are. But that's Javelin, Idris. They could be Nautilus. Oh no, Hammerhead. There are two Hammerheads. Javelin up there in the Bengal, so. The pointy one looks like the Driller. Oh yeah, you're right. It could be coming towards the fleet. Yeah, that's true. They could be Vandal approaching. I didn't think of that. They could, yeah, they could be drillers. Possible. And I would love to actually get a chance to see this stuff, but we've only got 4 images that have been leaked. And we don't know where they've come from. They've just been leaked, basically. I do like that, though. That's a really, really cool Argo looking. That feels more like what Argo would be. Like, more industrial kind of thing. Hey, Alpha, how you doing, Chief? Guns up, welcome in. Argo Defender, again, it's really good looking. It's what you want. Big, heavy plates for pushing. Depends on what the engine capability is. This thing might be quite fast or quite strong. This, I think out of all the images, this is what I want to know about this more. If I was to say, because again, this is an easy one to get. It's Argo. It looks like a barge for pushing bigger ships into a dock. This is like a medium heavy fighter, something Drake. But I like the profile of it really much. Yeah, a tugboat basically. Yeah. We call them like a barge in the UK. But yeah, tugboat is pretty much like what it would represent here. Hey Kirby, how you doing, Chief? And then obviously this is just an Aurora with some sort of side metal thing strapped to it, you know. This looks weird. Because obviously we know that that's one of the like antagonists in Star Citizen, which is like a group of people that like retrofit. We had that a while back where they showed off like Auroras and Buccaneers all covered in wires and stuff like that. So maybe this is the Buccaneer version and this is the Aurora and stuff like that. Anyway, it's on Discord if you want to get the images and stuff. I'm looking forward to Star Citizen CitizenCon because obviously we'll find out about this flight ready ship that's coming this year, which will be so cool. And stuff like that. Not bad actually, not bad. Managed to get an hour and 20 minutes. I'm gonna leave it there though, guys. Let me just find somebody to raid. Actually, what are we saying on? Let me just check. Again, I'm gonna go and take Nova is the one that's suffering the most right now. So I'm gonna go and take him out for like 3-4 hour hike, backpack it, all that jazz. And then we'll be back, hopefully back tomorrow with a bit of more things to do. I got nobody on my list to raid. Salty is over, Manor Lords, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna raid. I'm just gonna leave on that. I need to make up my hours. I think I'll make up my hours on Saturday. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for spending time with me. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be more in the mood to actually play the game and do stuff and all that jazz. But thank you so much for the donations. We are working towards getting the Rode Podcaster to upgrade my sound system with something that works a bit better, where both PCs are connected to one soundboard and can do things. So that's what we're raising money for now. Like I said at the start of the show, I may do a GoFundMe to try and build up some funds. It would be like £2,000 maximum to try and raise, purely if I notice Nova struggling on this, right? I don't have the income after spending all that money for Luna to be able to just go and buy a puppy right out. So we may do a quick fundraiser for Nova. It's not for, again, it's not for myself. It will all, like, for me, I'm completely happy with just one dog, Nova, doing everything with him. But if he is showing signs that he needs a companion, even at a puppy stage, or if we go and try and find a rescue round about his age or something like that, I'm going to do a GoFundMe, which normally I would never do, but it's, again, it's the fastest way where I can try and find a companion for Nova, male or female, just so he's got somebody to be beside, because he's a very, very sociable dog, and when nobody's in the house, he's going to just go into a depressive state and be upset. So yeah, that's what we might do, but obviously that will be, we'll discuss this more within like 2 weeks. I want to see how he sort of gets on this, but yeah, that might be the only time that I'll bust out a GoFundMe is for Nova to try and find a companion for him. But yeah, that'll be like in 2 weeks. We'll see. I've just repeated myself twice, so there you go. But yeah, GG guys, thank you very much for being here. Obviously we got CitizenCon on Saturday. If you are a subscriber of the channel and you are registered as a subscriber on my Discord, we do have a channel for CitCon, which is Push to Talk. We're going to get everyone in from the community. If you guys want, we'll watch it together, we'll talk in comms, be on the stream, all that jazz. Obviously, as long as nobody is disrespectful, all that jazz, mods won't lock you down. And we'll just hang out, have some beers, some pizza, and enjoy the event. And obviously people can drop in, drop out. Won't make any difference. I'll just be there, basically. And obviously the plan afterwards is Salty Mike, Captain Burke's Mythologist, and Level Cap are doing an after party. So most likely, if I manage to make it to the end, I'm going to be sending you guys onto their show, because they're going to be discussing it as like a podcast kind of thing, which will be really fucking interesting. It might be too late for me at that time, but it'd be great to listen to the views of those guys on it, because I kind of rate them as like the, maybe not Level Cap, I know he's new to the Star Citizen scene, but Salty, Captain Burke's Mythologist are kind of like the biggest content creators for Star Citizen, I feel. So it's good to like hear their opinions on it, because obviously Salty's sort of in between with the mining, Mythologist is does the architect kind of stuff, and then Burke's is like a PvPer and stuff like that. So it's gonna be cool to hear from that. So that's the plan with it anyway. But obviously everyone's welcome, as long as you are a subscriber. We're doing it subscriber only, just to police the channel a bit, so just random don't come in and just do that stuff. Obviously I literally have a quick button to mute it if need be and stuff like that. But I appreciate all the time, guys. Have a great, what's today? Wednesday. And I will see you tomorrow. We'll probably just chill out Thursday, Friday, maybe play some Gundam in the afternoon, and yeah, prepare for CitizenCon, which again I think is going to be very good information this year. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for the donos, the resubs, Senelina with the dono, Anna with the gifted subs, all the resubs, Jack, Villet, Amp, thank you so much, guys. Steve, again, thank you very much for the follow if you're still there, dude. And yeah, take care, guys. I'm not going to post any videos on Instagram of Nova. This is just going to be just us two chilling out today and just, you know, hiking around. All that good stuff. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate your time. And I will catch you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, KB. Villet, Joe, Redbeard's Revenge, Zaman, Alpha, Tough, Diffs, Kilby, everyone. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time, guys.